Walnut Street was the central hub of African American business in Louisville from the beginning of the 1920s to the 1950s, until Walnut Street was completely demolished by urban renewal that occurred towards the end of the century, dashing the hopes of countless African Americans that hoped to immerse themselves in business ventures as well as progress African Americans in the business place overall. Though throughout Walnut Street's tenure in the city of Louisville, the main forms of businesses consisted of beauty shops, barber shops, and funeral homes, there were a plethora of different businesses scattered all across Walnut Street, including Mammoth Life Insurance, as well as the First Standard Bank, which was the first black-owned and run bank in the city of Louisville. The buildings for both of these businesses still exist on what is now Muhammad Ali Boulevard, but as far as being operational for the businesses that they were first built to house, they are sadly not in existence anymore. Walnut Street was also home to the Louisville Leader and Defender, two newspapers that held a large amount of voice on African American social issues and were the leaders in African American news. Along with the Louisville Leader and Defender, the barbershops and the beauty shops that decorated Walnut Street were of particular importance because they served as a meeting place for African Americans to socialize with one another without fear of intrusion or discrimination. These hubs of black cultural discussion were akin to the French salons that took place, where an issue of the day was discussed, and various opinions were gathered and drawn to various different conclusions on the particular topic. At its peak, Walnut Street housed over 150 businesses and shops, leading into the 1950s. Then once the 1960s came around, desegregation, combined with most white patrons who lived on Walnut Street immigrating to the suburbs, and the urban renewal that occurred during the 1960s, the prominence of African American business in Louisville became no more than a whimper. Today, there are small specks of African American business all around Louisville, but unfortunately, there is no central hub for black business. Though segregation allowed African Americans to move into areas that were previously impossible for business, it also separated the African American business owners from their primary customers, African Americans. Though that change didn't have nearly the effect that urban renewal did. Urban renewal destroyed more than 90 African American businesses, leaving a very few business enterprises that could be successful had they had a larger amount of customers. But there was no real room for growth because of the high prices that they would have to pay to rent the land that the business occupied. While it existed, Walnut Street was a fantastic hub in the African American business place. There was always a sense of brother and sisterhood among one another that kept the community strong and thriving. Though there are those that still living today that have fond memories of Walnut Street and its social impact on the Louisville African American community, unfortunately it seems that is all that is really left of Walnut Street to this day. Fond memories of African Americans opening the door to business enterprise, only to prematurely have it shut on the budding African American businessmen and women. Though there are new businesses that appear on Muhammad Ali Boulevard to this day, nothing will compare to the excitement and splendor that was felt during the golden opening years of Walnut Street. The thoughts of a forward-moving, progressive African American business owner.